What's up, guys? GameNut here, and welcome back to Week 15 of my NFL regular season predictions. Let's go ahead and take a look at last week, of course, see how well we did. And we had one of our worst weeks within the past few recent weeks, guys. I did terrible, as you guys can see. I went 8-8. I did I went 50-50, right? I got 8 right, I got 8 wrong, which is terrible, man. Like, I'm so disappointed. I feel like I should have done better. I feel like I could have done better. I mean, a lot of games definitely went, I guess, the way that I didn't expect them to go, I guess you could say. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just I guess a couple of choices I could have done a little bit better, but you know, we did terrible, man. 8-8. We got to turn things around here in week 15. But if we take a look at Madden 19, you guys can see on the right hand side, they did one better than us, so they went 9-7. They got one game better than us. That puts our overall records now at 117, 89, and 2. That's my record, and they are now just 3 games behind us on the year at 114, 93, and 2. It's actually kind of crazy though, man. Like, things are literally coming down to the wire in terms of like our overall record for me and Madden 19. Like, we have 3 weeks left of the season and our records are super close. Like, I'm only 3 games ahead of them. This actually could come down to the final week to see who has the better record on the year. But anyways, we're of course going to start things off with our Thursday night game, which was the Chargers and the Chiefs. What a good game that was, man. It feels like whatever game the Chiefs play in, it always turns out to be a really good game. And I mean, the Chargers, we have to like start giving these guys some respect. They came out of nowhere. I mean, I definitely feel like they've been under the radar the entire year. I mean, like, the Chiefs have always been kind of like titled, I feel like this year, the top team in the AFC. You know, they're sitting with that 11-3 record. But then just out of nowhere, the Chargers in their division, they just come out and now they have the same record as the Chiefs. Like, it's just, it didn't, like, nobody saw this coming. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about that the Chargers could end the season with the division and a better record than the Chiefs. Like, that's actually wild to think about. But you obviously, guys, you saw the outcome of the game. It was the Chargers going for that 2-point conversion. They got the win, and you're gonna see my tweet on screen here. And yes, I seriously think I'm cursed. I'm actually cursed. I predicted at the start of the game, and I said, you know what? I think the Chargers are going to win, but whatever team I pick, always the opposite happens, and so I'm going with the Chiefs. That's what I decided to do, and guess what? I have a curse, and the Chargers ended up winning. I should have just went with my gut, man, and chose the Chargers, but I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired of getting every Thursday game wrong. It's really getting old at this point. So next up, we of course have our first 2 Saturday football games of the year. At first we have the Texans going to take on the Jets, and then following we have the Browns taking on the Broncos. Now, currently, while I am recording this, it is Saturday. It is 3 p.m., an hour and a half before the first game comes on. I'm still going to be uploading this on Sunday, so I am making these predictions before these Saturday games come on, even though I'm uploading it later. I mean, if it's your choice, if you guys want to believe me or not, I don't really care. I'll still put tweets on screen because I'm probably not going to edit this until later in the night, so I'll still put a tweet up, you know, just proof that I did make the prediction, I guess, at the time before the game came on. But regardless, if you guys want to believe me or not when I'm recording this, that's your own personal choice. I don't really care. Anyways, as we move forward, we of course, like I said, first have the Texans, who are sitting 9-4, going to take on the New York Jets, who are sitting at 4-9. And I think this should be a simple choice, honestly. I mean, I don't really think this game's going to go unexpected, which obviously would be the Jets coming out with the upset. So I'm going to have to go with the Texans. Overall, they're the better team. They're the team that actually is in like playoff position. They actually, if they win this game, I think could clinch their division. I'm not too sure on that. I think that's actually possible, though. I'm not 100% sure, though. And I mean, just with all those factors, I mean, Texans, like I said, their division's on the line. They're in the playoffs. I don't really see them losing to the Jets here, so going to be going with Houston. Next, we've got the Cleveland Browns, who are sitting 5-7-1. Their record's not too terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the Browns, they're getting it done. Baker Mayfield, you know, he's putting up a good job being the starting QB of the Cleveland. I think he's definitely going to be the future. As for the Denver Broncos, however, they are sitting at 6-7. This one's kind of tough, man. I mean, obviously the Browns have been on a tear. Like, I definitely should have been picking them the past couple of weeks when I haven't. I did pick them for one game. I don't remember which one it was, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But do I see them keeping it up here and winning once again? I don't know, man. It's kind of tough to say. I mean, the Broncos, they're still in that playoff contention, honestly. But, like, it's like the Browns aren't. I got to think about this one for a second. All right, so I sat here for a couple minutes and I thought about this, and I think I made my decision. And, you know, even though Cleveland, like I said, is on a hot streak right now, they're definitely beating some good teams and whatnot. I think I've got to go with Denver winning this game because their playoff hopes are still on the line. Very, like, slim. Like, it's very slim that they get into the playoffs, but they still have that sliver of hope. And I think with them being home, it's definitely a primetime game. I mean, 8 o'clock at Denver. I think they can get it done. Obviously, I know the team's pretty banged up. Will they eventually get to the playoffs? I don't think so. I don't think that we're going to see 3 AFC West teams getting into the playoffs. So I think the Broncos' playoff hopes are going to come up just short, but I think they're going to keep them alive for just a little bit by beating the Browns here tonight on Saturday. So, of course, we now have our Sunday games, and the first one on the list is going to be the Green Bay Packers, who are sitting 5-7-1, going to take on their division-leading opponent, who are the Chicago Bears, sitting at 9-4. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, so I really want to pick Aaron Rodgers here, but I also think, like, I should just be logical here and choose Chicago, because they've been on fire. That defense is insanely good. They've been whooping teams. I mean, look what they did to the Rams last week in primetime. It's been crazy to see, but I think, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be, like, wild with my picks here, and I think I'm going to be choosing Green Bay, and here's why. I think with Mike McCarthy getting fired, I said this last week, that this is going to, like, turn things around for the Packers. I don't remember if I said this last week in my predictions video or not, but basically, I think McCarthy was the guy that called the offensive plays, and as you guys saw last week, playing against the Falcons, the Packers did really good. I think they put up, it was 42 points or something like that, so the Packers, I think their team might start playing a little bit better, considering just because of that, firing the head coach and whatnot. So because of that, and they're playing a division opponent, I think they might try and, play him a little tough still. I think I might be having to go with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers once again, man. I mean, obviously, I still have Aaron Rodgers on fantasy, and I'm in the playoffs, so, I need a decent game out of him. I hope that Chicago defense doesn't destroy him too bad, but I don't know, man. I think I'm going to be going with the Green Bay Packers on the upset. Man, I feel like we got some really tough games this week. I feel like I'm going to get a lot wrong for some reason. Next, we have the Detroit Lions, who are sitting 5-8. They're going to take on the Buffalo Bills, who are sitting at 4-9. Now, for some reason, NFL.com right now says that the Buffalo Bills have the #1 ranked defense, which I'm not really sure if that's true or not. I guess I'll just have to go with it. I don't really know who's going to win this game, though, man. I don't know. I guess I'm going to go with the Bills. I'll go with the home team. I'll go with the team that's been on fire. Josh Allen's definitely been playing pretty good. Obviously, their defense is good for the Bills. I think the Lions are going to win, but I'll probably be wrong. I guess I'm going to go with the Bills. Now we have my game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming to town. They are sitting at 5-8, taking on my Ravens, who are sitting at 7-6. Obviously, my Ravens are winning this game. We are in position to take our division. Hopefully, the Steelers get knocked down this week against the Patriots, and I think, eventually that will happen. I do think my Ravens could win in this division. We're an overall better team than the Steelers are right now, obviously, and I feel like we definitely deserve to win our division this year. But, our defense is going to destroy Tampa Bay, I think. I mean, I wouldn't say destroy. I don't think we're going to shut them out or anything crazy like that. If that happened, that would be wild. But obviously, my team's better than the Buccaneers. I definitely think we should win this game with ease. Two very low-ranked teams, man. Arizona Cardinals sitting at 3-10, going to take on the Atlanta Falcons, who are sitting only at 4-9. And I think this one should be easy, though, regardless. We're going to be going with the Falcons. I think their offense is still pretty capable of getting the job done here at home and getting the win. Obviously, the Cardinals, they're not a very good team. They're not all there. They've got a lot of problems, with the rookie quarterback and whatnot. So Atlanta should definitely, I think, win this game. Now we've got the Oakland Raiders, who are sitting at 3-10, going to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who are sitting at 5-8. And I think I'm going to be rocking with the Raiders, guys. I think that they're on a little bit of a win streak here. Obviously, they had that big win against Pittsburgh last week, which Raiders, I appreciate you guys for that. That was amazing to watch. I think, however, they're going to take down the Bengals as well. I mean, obviously, the Bengals are without A.J. Green and Andy Dalton. Their defense is pretty bad. I think the Raiders are capable of winning this game, though. I definitely think that Derek Carr and John Gruden are turning things around a little bit, so I'm going to be going with Oakland. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans, who are sitting 7-6, taking on the New York Giants, who are 5-8. And, Odell being out of this game, that's definitely a big hit for the Giants. So, if Odell was in, I would 100% pick the Giants. However, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I think I'm still going to have to go with the Giants, though, because they've been doing really good lately. I mean, Saquon Barkley has been showing that he's the truth, okay? He is Saquon. He can carry a team. He is going to be like a phenomenal running back for the years to come. And I don't know, man. I think with them being home and Saquon, doing really good, I think the Titans are going to fall here to the Giants at home. Next up is the Miami Dolphins, who are sitting 7-6, going to take on the Minnesota Vikings at home, who are sitting 6-1. And I think I'm going to be going with Minnesota here. I mean, they're overall the better team. The Miami Dolphins record really is just, I wouldn't say it's pure luck, but those 7 wins, their team overall is not very good. I mean, even on NFL.com right here, it says their offense is 29th ranked in the league. Their defense is 29th ranked in the league. So it's kind of interesting how they're sitting at this record right now. But the Vikings, they are sitting at a wild card spot, and this would be a big win for them to kind of not secure, but definitely, pack on those wins to hopefully, make sure they get that wild card spot. So I'm going to be going with Minnesota at home. This one's another tricky game. We've got the Redskins, who are sitting 6-7, going to take on the Jaguars at home, who are sitting 4-9. And obviously, the Redskins have taken a dip in their record, mainly because of the injuries on their team. Jacksonville, they bench Blake Bortles. I feel like they're playing a little bit better. Their defense is obviously still pretty good. I don't know, man. I guess I'll do it. I'll take Jacksonville. I'm gonna pick the Jaguars. They've been letting me down a lot this year, obviously, when I've been picking them because their team really hasn't been too good. But I feel like at home they can hold off against the Redskins, who are a little bit beat up. So I guess last time I'm gonna be going with Jacksonville. Oh, this should definitely be a pretty good game. I kind of wish that this one was flexed to like a 4 or 8 o'clock game even. We've got the Cowboys, who are sitting 8-5, taking on the Colts, who are sitting 7-6. Man, I really want to watch this one. It sucks that it's on at 1 o'clock, the same as my game. But I think, guys, I'm gonna be rolling. I think I kind of want to roll with the Colts. I think I want to gamble on Andrew Luck and go against the Cowboys, man. I obviously know that the Dallas defense is very good. However, I think the Colts defense is pretty good as well. I think Indianapolis at home gives them a little bit of an advantage as well. And I don't know. I think I feel like Dak Prescott's going to have one of those games where he struggles here against the Colts. And I think I'm going to go with Andrew Luck, man. I know this is a little bit of a risky pick, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm going with the Colts. Now we've got the Seattle Seahawks, who are sitting 8-5, going to take on the 49ers, who are sitting at 3-10. This should be easy, though. I think we're going to be going with the Seahawks. They've been on a tear lately. They've been playing really, really well. And I think, you know, playing against the Niners, they beat them, like, what, just 2 or 3 weeks ago. I definitely think that the Seahawks can get this win because they're in playoff contention. I don't really see them going into this game and blowing it and losing. So going to be going with Seattle. Next up, we have the New England Patriots sitting at 9-4, going to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are sitting 7-5-1. Now, my choice here, obviously, is going against the Steelers. I'm picking the Patriots. You guys know I'm a Ravens fan. I want to pick against the Steelers. I really do think that Tom Brady and the Patriots can get this done. I mean, obviously, the Steelers are pretty banged up. I mean, they haven't been, you know, winning games that they should have the past couple weeks, hence the Broncos and the Raiders. And I think for that reason, man, obviously I'm going with the Patriots. I want to see the Steelers lose. For some reason in my gut, I can just kind of like see that the Steelers are going to be like, oh, we're going to, you know, all of a sudden be a good team again and, you know, put up a good fight against the Patriots and maybe even win. I hope that doesn't happen, man. But hopefully I'm banking on the end result being that the Patriots come out on top. Next up for Sunday Night Football, we have the Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 6-7, going to take on the LA Rams sitting at 11-2. Now, obviously, the big story of this week is the fact that Carson Wentz is out. Nick Foles is coming back in, being the starter for the Eagles. He's starting the same time that last year he did for the Eagles. Once, you know, Carson Wentz went out, he's going to play against the Rams, the team that beat up Carson Wentz last year and made him injured. But you know what? I'm not jumping on that bandwagon, man. It's not going to happen. Nick Foles is not going to come in yet again for the Eagles and all of a sudden, you know, take them to the playoffs in the Super Bowl. I do not see them beating an 11-2 Rams team at home. So obviously, easy choice here has to be the Rams winning. And finally, last but not least, for Monday Night Football, we have the New Orleans Saints, who are sitting 11-2, going to take on the Carolina Panthers, sitting at 6-7. Now, for some reason, part of my gut is telling me to take the Panthers in this game. I don't know why. I mean, I guess, you know, the Saints obviously have struggled in the past 2 weeks just a little bit. They lost to the Cowboys, and then they didn't really win easily against the Buccaneers last week. So for some reason, you know, against a team like the Panthers, who are struggling big time here, I feel like I should pick the Saints easily. But, you know, these two teams, they're division opponents. They play each other tough. They know each other very well. It's a home game for the Panthers. For the Panthers to come back, strike up, and all of a sudden win a game against, like, the Saints here, I feel like that would be a huge win. And you know what? I'm going to gamble with my picks, man. I'm going to be risky. You know what? You got to go big or go home. And guess what? I think I'm going to go out of my way, and I'm going to take the Panthers for this game. I think I can see them holding it down and surprising the world and beating the Saints. So there you guys have it. There is going to be my predictions for Week 15 of the season. But let's quickly go ahead and take a look at the Madden 19 predictions. I won't keep you guys here too long. We're going to start off with Thursday Night Football, where we have the Chargers and the Chiefs. And of course, per usual, they picked right on Thursday night. They did pick the Chargers to win. No surprise there. Anyways, as we go forward on Saturday games, our first one is the Texans and the Jets. They are going to be siding with us and going with the Texans. And then for the later game, they're actually going to be going with Cleveland, winning that game against the Broncos. Okay. Following that, our Sunday games, we now have the Packers and the Bears. They're actually going to be choosing with us and choosing the Packers to beat the Bears. Okay, I kind of like that pick from Madden. Next, we have the Lions and the Bills. They're going to be going against us here and choosing the Lions to beat the Buffalo Bills. Okay, for the Buccaneers and the Ravens, they're going to be going against my team, choosing the Buccaneers. There's no way we can lose that game. I don't see it happening. Following that, Cardinals and the Falcons, they're choosing the home team. they're going to be picking the Falcons. For the Raiders and the Bengals, they're going to be going with the home team and choosing the Bengals to win this game instead of the Raiders. Okay. Following that, we have the Titans and the Giants choosing the same as us. They're going to be picking the Giants to win this game, and the same for the Dolphins and the Vikings. They're choosing the home team once again. The Minnesota Vikings being the team that comes out on top. For the Redskins and the Jaguars going against us here, choosing Washington to be the team that ends up winning. For the Cowboys and the Colts, they're actually going to be choosing us as well, or siding with us as well, and choosing the Dallas Cowboys to lose. They're going to be going with the Colts. Okay, I kind of like that pick. Anyways, moving forward, our 4 o'clock games now. We have the Seahawks and the 49ers. They are choosing the 49ers with the upset to beat the Seahawks. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, next up we have the Patriots and the Steelers. They're also going to be choosing the Patriots with us. I'm glad they don't think the Steelers are going to be able to win that game. As for the Eagles and the Rams, they think the Rams are going to fall at home to the Eagles. That's crazy. I don't think that's going to happen, but of course we will have to see. And last but not least, we have the Saints and the Panthers. They are going to be choosing the Saints to win that game. So there you guys have it, man. There is the predictions for week number 15. I hope all of you guys enjoyed, man. Enjoy some football today. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.